Hey guys, True here. So, this video means a lot to me because it's a statement that I'm making because I'm hearing a lot of banter from big name players, from Facebook groups, from my own personal community in Colorado here, and I'm just hearing a whole lot of talk about Ryzeal. And this deck isn't going anywhere. I know a lot of people are devastated by the X to 1. They think it's over. They think that that's just too much with the other semi-limits and the limiting of detonator and yada yada yada. This deck's not going anywhere. Where there is a will, there is a way. The only thing that I think we have lost hope for with Ryzeal is a pure version of Ryzeal. Other than that, I don't think this deck is going anywhere. At worst, you can consider it an engine as an extender. So you get blown out, you can still try and go into the Ryzeal cards to extend your combos or to at least make a half board. And if not, you can play Ryzeal pretty much any way you want to right now. And let's get into that conversation. So, this deck is still crazy. When the ban list hit, right away, the first thing I did was make a Ryzeal Zodiac deck. I've already presented it on my channel, as you guys can see. And, I mean, I don't think it's the strongest version of it, but it's definitely one of the funnest. It's always cool to just have up to like 5 pops on your opponent's turn. They want to do anything, they gotta get through all the pops, you know? And if you don't have a deck that's like, I know what we're talking about here, where we're going into a board breaker kind of format, but if you don't have said board breaker, you're kind of SOL. The flaw that I see here with my deck building on this right away was the nib. This is not something that you want to play in this deck. In its place, and I'm making these edits now because I just want to be wholehearted with you, because a lot of you guys do tend to listen to me about this deck. I've been playing it since its creation back in December. I would just take out the nibs and I'd put in Ghost Ogre, because that damn field spell of Yummies is a issue. But if you can get rid of it, you're good. Get rid of a Malice field spell. I mean, in the mirror match, get rid of a Ryzeal field spell, get rid of a Next, get rid of Duo Drive, shoot with Fiendsmith combo, you can get rid of a lot of things. So, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Ogre, and it's just more beneficial than Nib in this deck, because Nib really does hinder you a lot. So, to me, this is probably... For me, there's 4 different versions of Ryzeal right now. And I would say of the 4, this is the weakest one. This is the 4th place one, in my opinion. I think simply ending on a Ryzeal combo plus a Trident isn't enough. I think you need to do more, but a great pilot is going to do more. So this is not to hinder anybody or tell you don't play it. If you feel very confident with this deck and you found some secret sauce with mixing these 2 engines that maybe I don't even know we haven't thought about as a community yet, shoot and go off, king or queen, whoever you are. Yeah, but in my opinion right now, as it stands, this is the 4th place best version of Ryzeal. Moving right along to the next one, Ryzeal Mitsurugi. This is the version of Ryzeal that I've been playing for the past 2.5 months. And I'd said it in my deck profile. Funny enough, I never even played King of the Pharaohs in my extra deck. It was an error that I made, and I played this deck for 2 months without it in there. So that card being gone is nothing to me. X being gone does hurt this deck a lot, but you have 5 versions of X. You got 3 Tachyon, Bonfire, and Next. Yes, Droll and Lockbird is a thing. you gotta play Crossouts, you gotta play Call by the Grave, and damn, you may have to feel the need to play Salesman, because I feel like Droll is going to be a huge thing this format. And that's something where I'm telling you guys in all my deck profiles, I'm trying to figure out the side deck. Salesman might belong in Ryzeal side decks. It just might have to belong, and you have to find a way to main deck Crossout and Called By. You just gotta find a way. Luckily, the engine's so small, with whatever engine you're playing it with, you have the room to do that. So, in my opinion, of the 4 versions of Ryzeal that I'm talking today, this is the second, or the third best deck. So you have, in last place, Ryzeal Zodiac. In third place, you got Ryzeal Mitsurugi. Now, let's get to the next version. Ryzeal Onomat. Oh, whoa. This deck just goes, and it can go forever. The Onomat stuff facilitates so much extension and just making your opponent try to deal with it, because you can play a whole bunch of just utility, and your opponent just starts to get to a worrisome point of like, gosh, they're going to build such a good board that just has the interruption for everything that I'm going to try and do, and they just feel the need to stop this stuff, and then all of a sudden you drop X on them, which you can do because you're playing again 3, 4, 5 versions of X. That's what people don't realize, is that a lot of people are just down in the dumps about X going to 1. Dude, you just gotta play Tachyon. I know Droll is a thing, but like I said, here's the error of my ways, which I'll correct now. You gotta find a way to main deck these cards. You have to. And you gotta maybe find a way to include Salesman in your side deck. Because if your opponent can't Droll you, or if you can beat them to that and stop that, you're sitting pretty in pretty much any Ryzeal deck. So, I'm not gonna rank this yet because it's a conversation I need to have with you guys about it. But Ryzeal Onomat. This is a very strong version of the deck, very fun version of the deck, very extensive heavy deck. A good player with this deck, a confident pilot, is going to take down pretty much any regional or local they run into. Damn near, may I say, like, run the table on some YCSs too. So, now, the next one is Ryzeal Fiendsmith. So, this was the first version of Ryzeal that took down a YCS, and it did work, man. It did work. It's a very strong, very heavy duty. Now remember Triff's deck explanation video after he won that YCS, where he was just like, bro, you have 21 starters. You no longer have that luxury. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there should be another Tachyon in here. Oops. This one I'm okay with going to 41 on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have 13 starters. So you've lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, makes sense. You've lost that many starters there, so it is rough, but you still have a bridge to get between the two engines. You have Exciton. Exciton, you can go second, try and pop your opponent's board with Exciton. If they don't destroy Exciton, boom, you can go right into your Fiendsmith combo, and you're golden. So, it can play a very heavy hand trap, 3-ash, all the Charmies, Ghost Ogre for field spell, and you have your creature negation, which you're going to need. I mean, Imperm right now with Obedience at 1 goes hard on that Link monster. So, yeah. So, after having this conversation here, between Ryzeal Onomat and Ryzeal Fiendsmith, in my opinion, Onomat is second place, and Ryzeal Fiendsmith is the strongest version of Ryzeal right now, in my opinion. You have the most amount of starters here, you have the most amount of utility with your non-engine, you have 2 engines that can bridge together very strongly, and you can play through a ton of interruption because you play different styles on your opponent. So to me, tried and true, Ryzeal Fiendsmith is the way to go this format. So at locals this format, I will be trying Ryzeal Fiendsmith. That is a plan of mine. But I also want to try out Ryzeal Onomat, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ryzeal Onomat went to Anaheim and made a lot of noise, to be honest. I have picked up my Onomat engine, so I will be having that here in the next week or so. So I'm excited to try it out on my end. But this is where I stand with Ryzeal, guys. Ryzeal is a solid tier 1.5 deck. As much as people want to meme on it, they want to sit there and laugh, and they want to sit there and say, oh no, Yummy, Draco Tail, Lunalight, those are the ways to go. Ryzeal Fiendsmith with 20 non-engine can compete with those pretty easily. And Draco Tail, you need to hold your imperms. Like, you need to know how to play against it. And as far as damn Lunalight, again, D barrier is a thing. You can stop your opponent from fusion stunning. You know, there's ways around this game right now. I know, guys, X going to 1 sucks. I get it. You guys are not happy with it. I was prepared for that move for the past couple of months. Personally, I was expecting X to actually get banned. So the fact that they limited it makes me actually happy. I'm still able to play Ryzeal in some form. Now, I may up one of my Ryzeal cards to 2. I'm not gonna lie, I may add in a second node just to try it out. I may add in plugin because I am playing this, and instead of just being able to set this, maybe I want to set plugin. Those are things I'm going to discover this format. Those are things I'm going to mess around with. I am very stickler heavy that I want to run decks with a 25 to 15 engine to non-engine ratio. So taking out something like Valor to 2, maybe taking out Perulia down to 1, because I've only been running like 4 Charmies in most of my decks the past 6 months anyway. Maybe I take out these 2, one of these, that gives me 3 more engine spots that I could maybe add another Ryzeal or another card that can help facilitate this engine. Maybe you could put a small shark engine and then take out, I don't know, man, it's gonna be hard to talk about, but maybe like take out Dugaris and put in a damn Ragnazero to be able to search out the shark and go off that way. Like, I don't know, guys, it's gonna be all about messing around with things and seeing what works. But for those of you who are down in the dumps that your Ryzeal deck is gone, this deck is not gone. And the Ryzeal player community base, who are like-minded like me, are going to prove that to you this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend after. You're going to see Ryzeals topping regionals left and right. You're going to see Ryzeals taking down locals left and right. So anybody who's sitting here right now that is like, Ryzeal is fucking done for. No. Ryzeal is not going anywhere. So that's the only conversation I want to have with you guys. My iterations, my opinions, again, to finish it off. Best form of Ryzeal right now is Ryzeal Fiendsmith. Second best is Ryzeal Onomat. Third is Ryzeal Mitsurugi. And fourth is Ryzeal Zodiac. So take what you say there with a grain of salt. That's just me. I haven't even played in the locals yet in the new format, but that's the way I see it. So anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Please be kind, be respectful. Again, the world is a crazy place. Let's try to find peace. Later.